Good afternoon. Good afternoon. For starters, the RCC yesterday, for the headmaster, the UNSA executive, ladies and gentlemen, for me, this is homecoming. Not only are you my children because of age, you are my children in UNSA. Because when UNSA was introduced in 1989, I was in my final year at Makerere University. And I was the first returning officer in electing the first UNSA executive. At that time, my colleagues from the guild, I was chairman of Livingstone Hall and chairman of other chairmen. Actually, the first chairman of the council of chairmen of the university. And my colleagues wanted to be candidates. They wanted to be, that time it was UNSA chairman. But for me, I had already chosen my route. It was the uniform. So I had no business with students' politics after university. And by the way, I have only gone back to Makerere on 2 reasons. 1, to do my master's. 2, to talk like this. I have no other business pretending to be a student when I'm already mature. So, when my colleagues became rowdy, fortunately I had been elected the returning officer, I suspended the Makerere delegation. My own colleagues, I said, Makerere delegation, go and sort yourselves out, or else we shall declare you unfit to contest. They went out, failed to agree, they came back, they all stood as candidates. Only one of them, of course, was elected. I don't know, I think it's even dead now. But student leadership is the foundation of leadership for the country. You learn leadership at this level. And if you are now for you are elected, during our time when I was in the primary, we were appointed. Secondly, it was also still, those were UPC days. You would be only elected if you are on the UPC side. In my school in Kabalega, if you are not UPC, you could not become a leader. And I was beaten by UPC youth wingers. That, however, did not discourage me. A-level, I was actually a student of UNUSU. I was urged by fellow students to become the speaker of UNUSU because prefects were dictatorial. So my resistance started when I was a schoolboy. I'm a resistor by nature. When I see wrong things, I resist. Just like now I'm seeing empty seats, my resistance is rising because I'm talking to empty seats when the students are outside. But number 2, I want to salute the government, and in particular our president, for the vision he has for this country. You either clap or you leave it. Because I am a witness of the transformation that this country has gone through. Do we have any polio victim among you? Polio. Do you have any polio victim among you students? No. I was a polio victim. Me, at the age of 3. Thanks to God, I was treated and I recovered. In my school days, it was a ration, it was a right to find that every class almost has a polio child or student. a lame one at that. Today, if you find a lame child who want to arrest the parent, because the 6 clear diseases which used to kill children were eliminated by NRM government. And since you are students, you need this knowledge. The population explosion we are experiencing today is because of that mass immunization that was introduced. I can tell you between 1959 to 69, the increase of Uganda's population was only by 2 million. 69 to 81, the increase was only 3 million. Now we start changing from 91 to 2000. No, from 81 to 91, the increase was, I said 3. So from 1991 to 2001, the population increased by now 4 million. Then 2001 to 2012, the population had grown by 10 million. Reason 2, 1, immunization. Secondly, security. Between 1970 and 1986, Uganda was a net exporter of refugees. You understand what I'm talking about? People were running away from their own country. Today, we are a host to almost 2 million refugees from our neighbors. You now can only forge reasons to get out of the country, not because of security. They don't want to save you. Today, people go on the street, they abuse the president, they use social media, they talk on social nonsense, they kill us. I have been killed 3 times by analysis. They have reported me dead 3 times. Now, the Baganda say, because when you say somebody is dead when he's alive, it means he's going to live long. And I want to tell them it's bad news on your side. I'm still around for another 40 years. But I started from there that you are what you are today because of the environment government has created for young people. 2, UNSA is a platform to exercise, want to learn and exercise leadership skills. And so, if I see some of you in leadership after school, I'll be very glad. It will mean you have understood what you learned as a youth. 3, the strength of younger people is their physique. The physical strength God has given you is your strength. That's what the Bible says. The strength of old men is their gray hair, meaning they have the wisdom. Are we together? So, at your age, I urge you to exercise your physical endowments in sports, in debates like now, because in debating, you are developing, you are talking skills. And in me talking to you, I identify that God is gifted, that I enjoy is talking. And if talking was to be a source of decoration, I would be having medals all the way. Because I have spoken in this country for the last 20 years. I am the first person to be a spokesperson of the military, to be returned the second time and the third time. And for us, you don't apply. No, they appoint. Now to be given that confidence 3 times, I only say glory to God. So, as follows. As young people, determine what you want to be in future. And for you to be able to determine easily and intelligently what you want to be, do the following. 1. Understand what you are. What are you? And if I were here, I would take notes. Because that is not usual for a general to stand before you. Is it? So when I come, I have not come to show my ugly size or ugly figure. No, I have come to educate young people. What are you? Number 2, who are you? Number 3, where do you want to go? Number 4, how do you want to go there? And the 5, whom will you go with? And I will explain the 5 W's and the H. What are you? And the answer is, I'm God's favorite creation. You know other things, for Muslims I don't know, but in the Bible we are told, God is saying, let there be water, and it was there. Let there be this, and it was there. When it came to human being, he did not just declare. He folded his sleeves and worked. Are you getting young people? He got soil and created. Now, in creating the human being, God was showing us the following lessons. A, that the human being is special. We are actually deputies to God on earth. We are His deputy. And that's why He gives us the opportunity to be co-creators. I'm a father, so I'm a co-creator. I'm a grandfather, so even my son has become a co-creator. B, He was teaching us that work is divine. Work is what? Is divine. If you don't work, you are disobeying God. And when I see your brothers on the street arguing about Arsenal, Man U, Chelsea, instead of working, they are singing. After the prayers they are talking about, each time they step in the playfield, they earn money. You who is talking about them, how much are you earning that day? So, on that point, never indulge in anything that will not make you better. Never spend your time without gain. Are you following me? I go from Kampala to here because the gain is I'm contributing to building a better Uganda of tomorrow. Otherwise, I would have remained in my office and work on papers or read my books. Because among my hobbies, I enjoy reading. The other hobby, I enjoy debating. And those of you who have had a chance of watching me on TV, nobody fits in a debate. No one. No one. And do you know why? Besides the skill God gave me, my hunger for knowledge. I read widely. If you come to my office, you find I'm flanked by books, different subjects. I can have biology textbook with me so that I understand the human nature better. you have determined what you are, then who are you? You are the master of creation. You are who? The master of creation. And that's why God said, I go and multiply and subdue the world. So when people sit and then they say, Chaga government at Yambe, hell is waiting for you. Because the instructions were very clear. Will somebody wake up those who are sleeping? I get ulcers when I see people sleeping. Because it just shows me their biological circumstances. So, once you determine who you are, the master of God's creation, then where do you want to go? If you want to go here in Biko, that's up to you. If you want to go to Kampala, it's your choice. Because that will determine how you want to go. Are you going to walk? Are you going to jump on a border? Or you are going to drive or get on a vehicle? So the distance you want to cover in your life will determine the mode of transport. I'm not using the physical transport, rather the efforts you put in making yourself a better human being. Because you can choose to simply grow up. You simply grow up, or you grow with a purpose. There are human beings who are zombies. They are walking on the face of the earth. That is daytime. Night comes, they walk back home. The following day, they say, ask him or her, by the way, what have you done today? 0. Now, physics tells us work equals 1. Force times distance, not so. Now, this fellow has had force and the distance, but no work done. And I want to show you that you live with them. For instance, it's break time. You have a chance to go to the canteen. No, canteen is everybody's center to go. You want to go to the latrine. Your name is Felix, like me. Then you meet Peter. Peter accompanied me. And Peter moves with you. As you're walking back, you meet Paul. Paul says, Peter, please accompany me. Peter turns again. That's what I call them? That's a zombie. In other words, you have no direction, you have no purpose. And those are the ones you normally see burning the tires that they are demonstrating. Let me ask you, when you burn a tire, does it express what you want? Answer me. So why do you burn our tarmac? But tomorrow when there's a pothole, you are praying about potholes. Why didn't you prepare? Fools, just... When I was a student, I never believed in spirits. Do you know why? Violence dehumanizes the human being. God gave us brains. Cows don't have brains. But they can tell they are home. They leave in the morning, they return in the evening. But human beings have brains to reason. Then they have mouths to talk to each other. So as a student leader, I always believed in negotiation with administration. Always. And I came to learn that once you indulge in a strike, you will never control its progress. You can never control how far the strike will go. You can only start it. And I learned from my brother. He planned a strike in school. And for him, he was very clever. He only planned, he didn't participate. Now, the strike was against the school mismanagement. What did they end up doing? They ended up attacking a neighboring TTC. Broke the glass windows. But the intention of the strike was to express dissatisfaction with the way things were being done. So I realized when you start the strike, you are no longer in charge. And let me tell you, my young people, I hate not being in charge of what I'm doing. When I was going to join the army, it was my decision. I only informed my father. When I informed my brothers and sisters, no, don't go. You are going to die. Two of those who are opposing me are already dead. I'm alive. My sisters cried themselves crying. They cried over the other ones who were instead saying not to go. So I took a decision because a soldier beat me at the age of 14. And when he beat me, I promised God and myself I will liberate that uniform. Now I'm putting it on. And the fool who beat me is nowhere to be seen. Of course, you can guess what happened. For me to get the uniform, one of us had to leave. Not leave of L-I, but L-E-A, V-E. We had to leave with the earth. In other words, when I'm against you, just surrender. Because when I'm against you, I will never fail to defeat you. Now, that's not because of the training. It's a decision I took on my life. Failure does not exist in my vocabulary. That I'm sorry, I failed to do this. God gave me 2 hands and brains. How can I fail? First of all, when I am going to do any task, I surrender to Him my everything. God, you are in charge. Lead me. So, that's what we did. Having determined where you want to go, whom would you want to go with? In other words, partners, allies, associates. Never accept yourself to be among the negative people. People who are always complaining about what is going on. They will never appreciate anything. And I'm sure you have seen it. Everything they will be grumbling, they will be complaining. That is negative energy. And the KULAIGYE, you don't have time for negative energy. You complain once, you complain second time, third time I will never sit with you. You have determined whom to move with, how do you want to go? Because you know where you want to go, you have determined whom you want to go with, how far are you going thereafter? If you want to stop in the senior 4, that's your own business. If you want to stop in the senior 6, that's your own business. After school, what next? And I want to give you another warning. Don't study for jobs. Don't study for jobs. Let jobs look for you. I know that communicating. Let jobs do what? Because of the skills you carry, because of the knowledge you are showing. By the time I finished university, I had 4 jobs looking for me. 4. But I had a date with God that I will put on the uniform. And so, my fiancé said, if you join the army, I am not with you. not even my father, because I loved and adored my father. Because he was a good father. Not educated, not learned, but he was educated in his own way. But he was a loving father. May he so rest in eternal peace. He made sure I went to school. He made sure when I got polio, it was treated. He made sure he told me to work. When we were coming, I was telling the big people here that from every morning, my motto is, after praying, I will work harder. Every morning, I will work harder, like a boxer in an animal farm. And people complain, you are working too much, you need to rest. There is time to rest. Are you aware? When I cross to the other world, it will be resting eternally. Nobody will be disturbing me, and I will be in heaven anyway. So I'll be enjoying my rest. Because I have done God's will on earth. I'm right now doing it. Right now, I'm doing what God sent me here. So, never allow yourself to be unproductive. From senior 5, I educated myself. We didn't have USB like you. But I had to use my head to find the school fees and study. In other words, after senior 4, I know no benefactor. That so was my sponsor, no, only God. So for that matter, if at the time when there are opportunities I could succeed, what about now when the economy is big? There are opportunities, nobody is segregating you except your talents, your skills. My other point I want to share with you, I talked about the strength of the young. But 2, this is time for preparation. Time for what? For preparation. You are preparing yourself to be competitive in the future. You are the leaders. They used to tell us, you are the leaders of tomorrow. Today you are leaders now. But you see, if you are not careful, your future can be cut short. Either through reckless living, the other sister has talked about it. You know, when you are young, the emotions go through your bodies. It's natural. It's what? It's natural. When you are a young man, and the young man sees ladies coming, even the changing will change, the walking will change. Yeah, man. What's up, man? He's showing me that he's around. It's natural. But please know, those are hormones pushing you. And if it's a younger girl, when she sees young men coming by, check, the style of walking changes. First of all, the sitting facility goes in the air. Because she has seen some young men around. It's natural. It's normal. It's hormones disturbing you. Because I want to tell you, everybody you see here was once your age. True or false? And for me, as a young man, I was one of the most handsome in the school. Even when I worked in town, the ladies in shops, those on sewing machines, will stop. But I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. So no amount of attraction would divert me. I can see people are getting hot and very hungry. That's also natural. But you are not the last one. You are not the first one to be hungry at this time. You are not the last ones. Neither are you alone. For me, food is now secondary. Because for 60 years I've been eating. How many? 60 years. So food can't be a problem for me. If it comes, I will eat it. If it is not there, I go, I work. Are we together? Because after all, what remains in your body is the smallest quantity. The rest goes away. I'm ending on the last two things. One, I mentioned about work. Okay? How many eyes do we have? How many? How many ears do we have? How many holes in the nose do we have? And the mouth? Sorry? How many legs do we have? And how many exits do we have? One. Someone is saying no. There is only one exit. So this is the logic. This is the what? The logic. God gave us two eyes to see a lot of things. He gave us 2 ears to hear many things. Those 2 ears and eyes bring knowledge. Right? He gave us 2 holes in the nose to supply us all the oxygen we need. Because the hands must work. The legs must stand to support you, to balance. So the mouth is one so that you eat little. 2, talk less. Do what? Talk less. The Bible says, no idle talk should come from your mouth. And that's why the exit is one. So when you overeat, you get constipation. You get what? Constipation. Because you have overloaded the system. And then for something to get to eliminate becomes a type of war. My last point. We are under attack as a society. We are under what? We are under attack. Volunteers. A younger lady and a younger man here. Now I want the lady to follow him. Now, do you see this young man here? Huh? Do you see him? Please join me. You see the young lady? Please stand behind. You see them? Turn back. Now, God in His wisdom, God saw you and He created this fellow. Just God saw you put together. That's why you can see the front has no formula, the behind has no formula. And the reason why he has a wider chest than hers, he's supposed to be the provider. Gentlemen, we men are the providers. That's why our chests are wide. Not to beat, to protect the ladies. Now, however, we are told, He said, it's not good for man to be alone. He should have a suitable helper. So He makes him sleep. He doesn't get soil. This one is not made of soil. He made this human being sleep, get flesh from him, and build. Please explain here. And he did what? He built this one. You look at the face. He moves to the leg. It is as soft as a reed. Then he gets to the chest. Again he creates. And he puts mountains here. Because mountains are a center of attraction. All the way, there was science. There was what? But look at him. Now, how can any human being, in his sense of mind, bypass this beauty and go for this feeling? How? What's wrong with your judgment? My children, go back. Thank you. Are you understanding my subject? You cannot run away from God's beauty and you go for another thing. You know? So never allow anyone to mislead you. As I'm ending, the phones you are holding, I know at home you have phones, I don't know what the matter you get on the phones. Much of it is not constructive. And you have become so diverted that you even communicate when you are in the toilet. I am now in the toilet. I am now having fun at the beach. For whose consumption? I hear creation, content creation. Do content by at least creating a song or a debate. But then that's what you are doing and where you are. As if we are interested. It's idle mind that you are attracting. When you are busy, for example, I do not have a TikTok account as BRIGADIER, I don't. Even X, my office open, not me. I don't have time to waste. Therefore, I want to congratulate you for what you have been going through here. The debate. I trust you have learned a lot from each other. I also trust you have created more friends. Because life is about networking. All together. I was shocked the other day. I went to teach people from Nema. Now one lady took a photo with me. Today she sent me that photo. Plus the photo she took with me in 2009. When she was a student. I see this. They are the same. So she said, back then. Why? Never be among the majority. Do you understand? In other words, be among the few. And to qualify to be among the few, you must be unique. Yes, now we have water. You have water there. Do you? When you are among the majority, you miss opportunities. When you are among the few, opportunities will be available for you. And you cannot force yourself to be among the few. You earn it. May God bless you. May God bless you, brother.